Hello everyone, this is Neve Arthur, and I just wanted to shoot a quick video for my Empower Network ladies. I realized that lately the guys have been sort of overtaking us on the leaderboards, and it's not just lately, it's kind of always. But I got some insight into that, and you might tell my eyes, I have not had my coffee yet this morning. I'm parked in the parking lot ready to go into the library where I go for my quiet blogging time. I can't make videos in my house because I have a 3-year-old almost and a 1-year-old, and either they're being crazy loud or I would wake them up. So videos in my car is kind of my thing. But yeah, so I have some insight into why we are not hitting the leaderboards the same way the guys are. And it's actually, funny enough, it's something that was on David Wood's status update on Facebook. He said something along the lines of how the reason people think that he's a badass and are so impressed by him and stuff is because he's really honest. And he said, you know, if anyone's honest, they didn't get involved in network marketing for their product. They got involved for wads of cash. They got involved for the money. And the funny thing is, you could see in the comments, like, there were loads of guys that were like, yeah, right on, badass, dude, that's awesome, totally, if only everyone else would tell the truth. And that's not my truth. And it's like, okay, you know, I really have a lot of respect for David Wood. I think he's like an awesome marketer. And I think that he's right that for a lot of people, they don't get involved in network marketing for products. They get involved for money. And I'm not saying I don't want money. But what I'm saying is, well, the reason I got started in Empower Network is I already had a blog of my own. I really, really liked blogging. It felt really good. It felt good to just kind of express myself and to use my words as a way to sell things. Now, I wasn't very good at it, and I didn't make very much money, but I really liked it. And I went through a lot of technical setup, like technical stuff that I had to learn in order to actually, you know, have a blog that worked. And so I thought, oh, this is like the perfect product to sell. I mean, I didn't even think, oh, I want to sell it. I was like, this is perfect for those people who come to me asking me how they can set up a blog. You know, like they can have a blog set up, SEO optimized, on a shared domain. Like, it's like the most perfect product in the world. So that's why I got involved in Empower Network. And then, like, instantly, like my first day or two, like I was there for launch, and my first few days I made like a bit of money. I made a chunk of change, you know. I got all in on day one, and you know, when we had to fill in the little forms and fax them in. Dave Sharp had to put my, you know, manually put in my order. But anyway, what I'm saying is I got involved for the product. And then I kind of lost sight of that because I started to make money. And then I started to kind of try and sell a money-making opportunity. But you know what, something really interesting happened is it wasn't until I kind of realized that, you know, it's not really about what you say or about what you're selling, it's about what you're doing. That's what appeals to other people, and so I realized eventually, you know, that Empower Network was the way to go. I dumped my old blog. I started blogging solely in Empower Network. That was only at the start of June. It's now July 30th. In the last month, I've made more money than I've ever made in 1 month in my life, which is pretty freaking cool. And I love the money. No doubt, I love the money, but I've also been going through a lot of like personal things like in the last month, you know, facing some fears, and like one of them is this face on this video. That's a fear for me, and normally I would be all like trying to make myself look all good and stuff, but well, it's just the way it's going to be, and if I want to make videos, then I'm just going to make them when I can in my car. But I'm getting very off track here. Yeah, so the point of the video is basically that, yes, I think that people do get involved in network marketing for money. But the really interesting thing to me was the comments on Dave Wood's status update. All the men saying, yep, that's the truth, brother, and all that kind of thing. And the women would come on saying, you know, I've got a lot of respect for you, David, but That's not my truth. And I think for a lot of us women, our truth is that we do get involved in product, or involved for product, and we do get involved for helping other people. And we do get involved for all these other complicated reasons, whereas for the men it's really simple. They just want to make some damn money. And I find that I had income goals for a really long time. I had income goals, and I would like for example, I wanted to make 10 grand a month, and I couldn't really connect to that goal. It felt weird. It didn't feel right. It felt like, but I've never earned that. It felt uncomfortable. I felt like, well, if I get that money, that's someone else paying for the money, and so does that mean that I'm taking their money? Like, it was emotionally really complicated. But I realized that if I only focus on product, so if I only focus on blogging and feeling good about my blogs, then all I would do is like write fiction and write about, getting over postnatal depression and things like that. And I do write a lot about that stuff, but it doesn't make me a lot of money. A lot of people don't read that stuff and then buy. They read that stuff and then go, wow, I got to know this person. And then they read other blog posts that I write that are more salesy, and those are the ones that they buy from. So I think what I'm really trying to say here is, there's a balance. And for us women, we have to watch out for falling into the trap of selling just the product, of just being in love with our product and thinking that's enough, because it's not. You have to have some ambition, and you have to be willing to talk about why people should get in. And the other thing, though, is that you don't want to go too far the other side, because to me, I don't know about you guys, but to me that's really off-putting. Like, some of the stuff that the guys do with their wads of cash and stuff like that, it's just, ugh. That's not what I do it for. Like, I don't want to hold a wad of cash. Like, that would just freak me out. I'd be like, where's the nearest bank? I need to put this in somewhere, and then banks aren't even that safe, so I'd just be panicking. I'd be like, get rid of this wad of cash. But, yeah, so that's why, so you don't want to go too far that way. So I found that the perfect balance is to sell the product, so to focus all your blogs on selling the product, not every single one, write about what you want to write about, but make sure you have those few that really do say why everyone should do this, because everyone should join Empower Network. Like, I 100% believe every single person in the world should go out there and join it. Like, I think it'd be crazy not to. So what I've found works really well is because I can't concentrate on an income goal. It just totally freaks me right out. What I've done is I've concentrated on other goals. So one goal was I really wanted to get an iPhone, and I would show it to you, but I'm recording this video on it, so I can't. One goal was that I really wanted to be able to go on weekends away. And just last weekend, just over a week ago, I was able to do that. Just, get a babysitter and say, okay, see ya. And we just went off and we booked tons of spa treatments, and we just did whatever the heck we felt like while we were there. And those were the things that were kind of important to me. I wanted to be able to go into a shop, buy whatever things I thought my kids might like. So we bought like a big giant trampoline for the kids and stuff like that. And those are the kind of big things we've spent on lately. But I've noticed that still doesn't really motivate me. I'm not too motivated by things because I've gotten really, really used to living on a budget. I don't feel like I need that much. And that's another thing where I think women are very different from men. So what I've started to do is I've started to focus on the things that do feel important. So I focus on all the people I can help, and that I can help them by being an example. And I realized that if I have team members, they're going to be far more motivated by seeing me on the leaderboards than they are going to be by just hearing me talk about what I think about blogging. Like, are they going to listen to me? Only if they see the proof, and the proof is the income, and the proof is, points. So what I've been doing now on the competition leaderboard, the reason the last time I checked, I'm number 6. I don't know where I'm at today, but I will be in the top 5. That is where I am headed, but I'm really focused on that, and so I see the income as points, and it makes me feel that little bit more comfortable. I see, okay, there I got my 20 points for a San Diego ticket. I got this many points for that, this many points for that. And sometimes I stop and I look back and I realize what that equates to in income, and it sort of does still freak me out. And I sort of just go, like, I had a day the other day where I sort of freaked out, like, do I deserve to be earning a good income? Like, it can be a little intimidating, especially when you're, in the game with a lot of men. So, I mean, like, and there's tons of women out there who don't have these kinds of emotional disconnect things. I think that probably Tracy Walker doesn't, and that's why she kicks ass, and she is so awesome. I don't think she probably has any emotional hang-ups about stuff, but I do. So I focus not on the money. Right now I'm focused on points, and I know points are what it will take to get me on stage, and I know that someone who's on stage has earned a lot of money, and it's a way of going for the money without thinking about the money, if that makes sense to you. So think about the side effects of the money and make that your goals. So my current goal is getting on stage in San Diego. I know that to do it, I have to get in the top 5. To get in the top 5, I have to focus on points. To focus on points, I have to focus on bonus points. To focus on bonus points, I have to get people to San Diego. Getting people to San Diego will change my life, no doubt, because the people coming out of San Diego will start making money. I mean, that's what I did. I went to Atlanta, and like, it's only less than 2 months ago, and my life has totally changed. Totally. And income-wise as well. It's not just some woo-wee motivation thing. I went to Atlanta, figured out what I was doing wrong, changed it. Life has changed. So I know the side effects of me getting people to San Diego are that they will change their life. And if they change their life, that means pass-ups. That means me changing my life. That means me, making money. So it's a very, very easy way to focus on things that aren't money, that are a side effect of making the money. So think about the side effects of the income goal that you maybe have. If the income goal is freaking you out, making you feel uncomfortable, and making you scared to share your blogs, or scared to pitch, or scared to put even the most remotely salesy thing on your blog, if that's what's wigging you out, then don't focus on the income. Focus on the side effect. So if you're in my team, if you're one of the awesome women in my team, focus on that really great feeling that you get when you welcome someone into our team group on Facebook. And I'll always put up a congratulations on growing your team. Think about the feeling of seeing that post saying congratulations for growing your team. How cool is that going to feel, And if you're not in my team, you can still totally kick ass as well, and you can just focus on the feeling of going down to the grocery store and maybe buying the brand version of your cornflakes rather than the non-brand version. Sorry, I think someone was waiting on my spot. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, so just think about the little tiny things that you want to do. And the income is the side effect of you achieving that goal. And I think that can really help us to play with the big boys, because I cannot focus on money. I can't focus on wads of cash, even though I mean, those top 5 prizes in the competition, that means nothing to me. I don't care. I don't care about being handed money on stage. I do not care. But I really want to get on stage. And do you know why I want to get on stage? I want to get on stage because I know I can inspire people. And I know I can inspire women and moms in particular. I'm just a stay-at-home mom. And I know that if people saw me on stage and realized that I could do it just because I made a decision to do it, that they would be motivated to go back and to kick ass in their business, and we would see a hell of a lot more women on stage. And empowering women, sorry guys, but empowering women is one of my big reasons why I want to do what I want to do and why I want to blog, because it allows me to get my voice out there. So this is a very long video to basically say, if the money's freaking you out, don't focus on the money. To say, let's all lock arms together as women and let's get to the top of Empower Network, because I think we owe it to each other to be examples of what women can do when we put our minds to it. And you know what? It's 2012, and those big wads of cash and things don't sell like they used to. Do you know what sells these days? is good relationships, good communication, being able to really get to know people and to genuinely care about people. And like, we are about to completely not overtake over Empower Network. We're taking over the entire home-based business industry. And it's because of our strengths. And our strengths are communication, getting to know each other, creating really strong connections and relationships. Our weaknesses are our emotional difficulties with success. And the complication that comes in, having to do with, are we focused on being a mom? Are we focused on being a good wife or partner? I'm not saying you guys are, like, men out there are doing the wrong thing. I'm just saying, we are genetically different and we have different tendencies. And women's tendencies are to be, kind of lacking focus because we're so busy caring about everyone else in our life and making sure everything else in our life is perfect. So stop cleaning your kitchen. That's my number one success tip. Don't clean. Clean once a week. Sucks. It makes you have a messy house, but you make more money. Stop focusing on something that freaks you out. Focus on the side effect of the money goal that you want. So for me, like, my first side effect was I wanted to be a stay-at-home family. I wanted both of us to not have jobs. Done. Boom. That one's out of the way. Next one, getting on stage in San Diego. Working on it. Next one is going to be moving my whole family to California to a nice house there. And that's going to be after San Diego. That's the next thing I'm focusing on. Are there money goals in there? Not really. I have to make some damn money to achieve any of those things, though. So I hope this has helped. I really want to see women completely take over the leaderboards, and I will see all you lovely ladies at the top. Okay, see you later.